Hi everyone and welcome to this week's video. My name is Angel DeSantis. I make these videos on religious trauma and I teach yoga, I talk about trauma, etc. In this video today, I'm making this video right before Thanksgiving and I wanted to talk about what it is like to have to interact with your family when you are the one who has left the religion and perhaps no one else did and perhaps you were the outsider, and having to go into that interaction can be incredibly difficult, and it can put you in fight or flight, and you can feel like you're under attack from your family, and that can be a really difficult thing. So I just want to touch on that real quick. um, and my family dynamic is a little bit different because I was born and raised in a cult called the Children of God. And one family member is still a part of it, and then I do speak to most of my other family members, but because all of us have left, it is a little bit of a different dynamic. But I understand, and for a while there, I had left and other people were still in the religion. So there was that sort of push pull of like, I'm coming in to try and connect with my family, but they are thinking that I'm the enemy. And I feel that. I know that they think I'm the enemy. I know that there is a really big wall up. And I know that they are trying to seduce me back into the cult. And they believe that I am trying to pull them out. Um, and it can be an incredibly difficult thing. And I think as we head into the holidays, and especially with COVID, sometimes, I mean, a lot of times you go back to be with your family, but this year it might be a really aggressive option that either you're going to be alone or you're going to be in like close confines with your family, who may think that you're the enemy. And so I just want to touch on how I kind of got through that period of my life where my family viewed me as the enemy. The thing that I did that I found helpful was to just be there and observe the interaction without taking it personally, because I knew that it had nothing to do with me. They viewed me as the enemy because they were set up to view anyone with an opposing belief as the enemy. And I just happened to be the person with the opposing belief. And I had also been on the other side of the fence where I had run across people with opposing beliefs. And I had thought, okay, this person is an enemy. Let me treat them as such, or let me meet them as the enemy and not listen to anything they say and not give them any information about myself. Um, and you just have this really big barrier up. So I think that if you've been in the religion and now you are not, I would encourage you to the best of your ability, try to have empathy and understanding that, for the way that they are now is the way you used to be. And then empathy for the realization that they might actually be stuck in this way of life forever. And if you are the person who is struggling with this, that means that you're the person is starting to leave and starting to walk that journey of mental health. And that's a really important journey to take. And some people never take it. Some people will never in their life make their way towards mental health and make their way towards the ability to feel joy just from life itself. Um, and that is a sad thing. And so I think the ability to understand where someone is at and kind of meet them where they are is really important. The other thing that I did was to understand that this was just a moment, this was just a day, and I was in the middle of walking towards my healing. So when somebody was attacking me or when members of my family were calling me names or being mentally or emotionally abusive, I was able to sit there and like, quote, take it, because I knew that this was probably one of the last times. And I was in the middle of walking my journey, and I was heading towards my own joy, and I'm heading towards my own mental health. So this can inform what my next step is on that journey. Because obviously, when you have somebody in your family or whoever who is attacking you, or someone who you considered a close friend who is now attacking you for your beliefs, which are different from theirs, um, obviously that's kind of a signal that that relationship is reaching its tail end. And if you know where you are going, that's useful information to have. If you don't know where you are going and you're not sure of yourself and you're not sure that you can save yourself, that's where it can feel like you're under attack, and it can be really nerve wracking. And that's when you can start to kind of like your insides start to like fritz a little bit, because you're like, oh, I don't understand this new situation I'm in. And now people who are claiming to love me are the people who are aggressively attacking me, and they've known me the longest, so they can attack me the hardest. But if you know that you are going to save yourself. If you know that you are on this path, you are in the middle of saving yourself, and this is just a battle on the way to save yourself, then it can give you a sort of peace and the ability to just sit and observe the situation without reacting to it, because you understand that this situation that's arising or how people are reacting to you is useful information to take with you as you're on this journey to save yourself. And you are on a journey to save yourself. You are the only person who can do it, but the good news is you can do it. So if you're in this situation this year where you are made to be made to like break bread with your abusers, um, I've been there, a lot of us have been there. It is a very difficult thing, and you're going to do it until you find a way to not do it. But the good news is there is a way to not do it. There is a way for this to be the last time you break bread with them. But in between that, there is a journey. So this can be the last time you break bread with them. But in order to reach this time next year and decide to not break bread with them, there's a journey that has to be done in that interim. And you are the only person who knows you're the only person that has a clue of what that looks like. So let this inform the next step you take on your journey, but know that it is absolutely a possibility that you can save yourself. And it is 100% possible that this will be the last time you break bread with them. But if so, what does that mean for you? What does that look like? And if you knew this was the last time you were going to have this moment with them, what do you want that to look like? Um, with religious trauma, a lot of times they take the power away from you. The power is in Jesus's hands, the power is in the leader's hands, and nothing is in your hands. And when you are in this situation, if you are spending the holidays with your families and they are emotionally and mentally abusive to you, remind yourself that you have power and that you are in charge of your journey. And this is just another chapter on your way to save yourself. So that's my advice. That's what worked for me. I've been in situations before where I've had to sit there and kind of let it play out, just let it play out, and then internally make a decision of like, I am never going to be in the situation again. I am really disrespected. They have made it clear that they do not value me as a human being. They don't value my opinions. They don't value my presence. And they're telling me I'm no longer welcome because of my beliefs. And instead of fighting it and being like, no, I am worthy, I deserve to be here, I told myself that, and I kept that to myself because I knew that it wasn't worth trying to prove to them, because it was very clear that they didn't believe that. And no one else needs to believe in you. But if you do, then you absolutely can save yourself. So as you head into the Thanksgiving holiday or the holidays, and if you are made to break bread with your family who views you as an enemy, take that information, take it as information for you, and let it craft or uncover a tool within yourself that you can use to save yourself. You are the only one who can do it. So give yourself permission to break bread with them, and also give yourself permission to use that information to further your journey on your way to your mental health and on the way to your joy. So I hope that this made sense. I hope that this was helpful. And also, please know that you're not alone. There are a lot of us who have left the church or who have left religious communities who do end up spending the holidays alone. And that can be a really wonderful thing. About 3 years ago, when I first got to LA, I didn't know anybody and I still wasn't really good at human connection. So what I did is I went and I bought half an apple pie from Erewhon, and I just went to the beach and I sat on the beach. I watched the waves. I ate half an apple pie, and then I went on a hike, and that was my Thanksgiving. And that for me was enough. That for me was a better scenario than breaking bread with people who didn't value me as a human being. So there are ways to elevate your life, but only you know that. And the way to get there is just to observe the situation that you're in, take the information with you, and keep walking on that journey to save yourself. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have something that was useful for you, or if you found something that helped to elevate your life, leave it in the comments so that people can see it. And as always, I wish you the best. I wish you courage on your journey, and keep walking it. and I'll see you guys next time.